Hello and welcome back, Guardians, on the weekly reset with another weekly Nightfall, Will of a Thousands. This weekly Nightfall got a Transmat Warm God Incarnation as a reward. And yeah, pretty much the reason why the video is up late is because I didn't fully understand the boss fight, and pretty much my first guy that I made wasn't that good then. There's two ways you can do this Nightfall. You could either way say like, hey, I just want to get the threshold score 110k and I'm done. Well, then this doesn't really apply to you. But for those that are looking to hit a 300k score, yeah, then there is a lot of things that you need to know about before you do this Nightfall. We're doing this Nightfall on 2 Hunters, Arc Striders, both using Raiden Flux, Exotic Chest, and 1 Hunter Tether. He's using the boots, obviously. The main thing here is we're all using arc weapons. So you didn't see any weapons, but the weapons are hand cannons, secondaries, Menannons, all arc, and Darcy's as heavy, except for one player, because this is just to start off easy, just to get to 220, because this week's Nightfall is actually easy to get 200k score. So that's why we made a video about 200k. So one of us is using a Woodcliff Call. If you're actually trying to hit a higher score like 300k or something, you might want to consider the last person to have a sniper as well. Unless if, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of personal then, I think. When you're going for a really high score, it's kind of personal. So after very bad when you start this Nightfall, yeah, you run 2 yellow bar knights, a bunch of acolytes in the middle, 1 sniper to your right side, 2 snipers left. Take them all out. Don't push in too far with your Sparrow, especially not on a really high run, because your Sparrow is just 1 shot. Pretty much clear this area, not too hard. Let's talk also about the Nightfall card setup. The way we done the the card stuff this week is using match game, of course, going with Extinguished. So when your whole team dies, you go into orbit, which is actually a good thing because you don't want to be in this for too long. And then use Iron. Iron is something that I never considered using because, yeah, I never thought it was gonna be good, but it's actually really good because the enemies are already scaled to Iron. So once you're in this first part, which is the most important part, the one reason why we can use match game and all arc enemies, if you use to the left, if you see a Shrieker up there, leave the game and restart it. If it's a Shrieker, it's a bad run. You're gonna get wizards in your game, solar shields. You don't want the wizards, because if you get wizards, you don't get a lot of points for wizards. You might as well want to get ogres. So now an ogre spawned in the game, so this means it's a good run. You can get more points in a run like this. Again, like I said, if it's if you guys are doing it for 110k, then it doesn't matter to you. If you're doing this because you want a really good high score, then definitely try it a couple of times until you get the ogre run. It's the better run. It's a better run to get a really good high score. If you consider using a rocket launcher, by the way, also don't go for the Woodcliff Call, because in the end you can't damage the boss really with the Woodcliff Call, but you might want to try the Singe of the Past because it's really good against this boss. I would not even consider using Curtain Call. Go for the Woodcliff Call, it's way better. So that's the first room there. Second room, you come in, you see a yellow bar knight. The best way to do is actually team shot him straight up. You don't want this guy to go and hide behind a pillar or something and lose your time. Bear in mind, you want to make it up to the boss on probably 10 minutes, preferable 9 would be amazing. That means you got a really good run there. 10 minutes is amazing because 1/3 of your points is gonna come actually from the boss fight itself. So if you decide to spawn kill the boss, you're losing on a lot of points. It's almost 1/3 of the points that's coming out from the boss room only. So yeah, first one's here. Again, one yellow bar knight, only a bunch of ads. Go into the middle, open up your ghost. And then everyone should actually fall out to the right side. I made a mistake to stay here, and this is a bad call because ads can go everywhere now. What you want to do is where Chablo's standing, a bit further to the right side. If everyone gathers up, it's perfect, it's better, because as you see now, not a lot of heads jump into each other. So even us making mistakes could still be a good run, but just to make it better for you guys, if everyone gathers up on the right side, it's better. And then just stay against the glass where Chablo was standing in the video. Use both Arc Striders for this part. All you get is like a bunch of knights, yellow bar knights and acolytes on the outside. It's a good thing to run Arc Strider here. Like, you can use them both because one tether, 2 Arc Striders will create enough orbs for everyone to leave, probably with maybe a full super, maybe half if you died or something during the fight. If you didn't die, it's gonna be perfect. Everyone will leave with full heavy, full super. Take the javelin with you, so it's gonna help you a bit. One set of ads straight away to your left hand right there. And then if you tether them, this is an easy clear. And then tether once again way in the back where you see a bunch of thralls, like exploding thralls, and an ogre. Easy kills. Don't be afraid to use your heavy. It's also why I'm using my sniper a lot, because you get a lot of heavy breaks from yellow bars. There's a lot of yellow bars in this game. We're all using on our Arch Riders the bottom tree, the 2 of us right now, because also when you punch an enemy, it blinds the enemy. It's what you just seen happening to the knight there. So when you blind them, it's a quick, easy kill. They don't move a lot, they don't run away from you, so that's good. So on this part, you start up the thing, shoot open the vent, and move in. So the best way to do this room would be stay in the middle, clear the ads with just a bunch of grenades, shoot them quick. You get a top spawn there. And the second you see the knight spawning would be amazing if you can tether them straight up with all the ads around them. We did not do this because, yeah, again, for obvious reason, I had to do this like 5-6 more times just to get the idea of how to do a better run. This was one of my second run or something. So yeah, now explaining it is different than what you see on video. It's still going good, it's not a bad run, don't get me wrong, it's not bad. It's just that if you really want to hit it perfect, you want to go for a high score, that would have been a better choice to do. Tether the middle and then Arch Rider all the ads. Like, as you can see, I'm going for the yellow bar knights with my Arch Rider. Not a really good call. It would have been way better to go for the smaller ads. They can kill you way quicker than these yellow bar knights. But if anyway you did the same thing like us, just use the javelin, because you get this javelin over and over again. Just let no one else go in the other room with the javelin. So you can kill all the ads, because you got time enough to kill all the ads. As you see, we're on 7 minutes now, so we're still good. You can pick up all your heavy again, your orbs. Just make sure that whenever you pick up the next javelin in the other room, everyone is ready to charge. And the best way to charge in the other room would be one tether, one Arch Rider jumping out. Tether guy's obviously gonna go in base before he goes in. So now we're gonna start with the second room. So I'm picking up javelin here, everyone's in the same room. Chablo's going in Vis because he wants to go in tether. No, nothing can see him. Don't peek out nothing, and there we go. Because match game's on, the solar damage of the javelin doesn't do anything against these Arch Shield Knights. So the javelin looks kind of useless, but there we go. Unknown's in there with his Arch Strider demolishing everything. So that would be basically the perfect thing. I'm not saying the javelin is bad, you can still use it, but it's better to have the Arch Strider ready to jump in like Unknown did, to clear the room quick. And as you guys can see, 8 minutes and we cleared everything. Bear in mind, this is still a very easy run. That's why we done it so fast. If the modifier would have been any higher, this would have gone way different than it's going now. But this would preferable be a good time if you want to have the full boss experience fight there. You want to have all the ads to die. Then this would be a good time. 8-9 minutes. Like on 9 minutes, we're probably gonna see the boss. Yeah, there we go. This is actually good. So now you can see most of the ads. Unless if you're anything like me and you're damaging the boss too much. So I made a mistake again here to damage the boss too much, but what I've learned is the first time you damage the boss with whatever you want to damage him, well obviously probably snipers, but if you're using the rocket launcher, still the same thing applies to it. Only take off the first bar of health of the boss and basically stay still until he's gonna spawn in ads for you. We've done a bit more, I done a bit more damage because I didn't know about this, and I skipped the first set of ads because now he's still in his animation, but he's skipping the ads, which could have given us more points. So too much damage from what I've done there, too much. So we skipped the first ads, that would have been right there, right side. But yeah, unfortunately we just get one set of ads now and then get to see the boss again. I know that match game is on and it looks like, hey man, everyone's got arc gun, arc strider, so how to take the shields down. Double arc strider will do it actually. Another mistake that I made is where Unknown and Shablo standing right now is the safest spot in the whole game. I didn't know this. Personally, I never knew this. But the middle part there is the safest spot. The boss will never actually kill you there. If he ever does, that means you're probably hanging too much to the left or the right side when you're standing on top of that small building. But it should be impossible for him to hit you there. When you see this void thing, all you want to do is jump. Have a first small jump, and then as soon as you see him spitting with stuff on the ground, just make a bigger jump, and nothing. The thing won't hit you actually. You'll be fine. This solar blast he's doing right now can be stopped. You can stop it for yourself. If at the same point you're aiming for his mouth, you could actually shoot it. I've done it a couple of times, and it does work. Another thing, javelin. Please don't use it. Try to avoid the javelin as much as possible, and you'll see, look what the word control's doing now. Pushing all the ads off the map. You don't really get the orbs for the ads then. Javelin, the reason why it's bad, it can push the ads as well. Also, it puts you in different places where you don't have to be, because when you're an Arc Strider, you don't have to be in a different place. Like you see there, I died because I didn't know about this middle spot. Unknown knew about it, but I was just testing out, like, if I'm gonna stand somewhere else, what is the bot gonna, is he gonna behave different? And to be honest, he never killed a single person in the middle. This rotation here, when he's on the last bar, spawning in 3 knights, is one of the rotations where you should not tether or use your Arc Strider. Bear in mind, I got lucky because the pillar was in the way, because the boss would have literally ate me up there. The only reason he didn't do that is because I got lucky because of the pillar. So when the boss is too close, hanging up like that, last thing you want to do is be close up to the boss. Also, another reason why you don't want to tether these ads is only 4 knights with a shield, and once you kill them, it's just a bunch of curse rolls, which don't really drop you orbs if you tether them. So it's more of a waste of your tether. As you guys can see, I don't have a super. Chablo only created 3 orbs. So these are small mistakes made by us, because yeah, this was our second or third run, I believe. So to actually make a good guide, you have to do the Nightfall yourself a lot of times, and you have to know like what's actually going on in the game. And this was, and what I see is, I've done the first guide, and basically you learn something new out of every single Nightfall you play again. For me, at least, it is. So yeah, right here, just a bunch of ads again. If you leave the boss on the last bar up to half, you will spawn in ogres, 2 ogres and a lot of trolls. So if you use double arc strider, that could give you a loads and loads of points. It's something that we've actually find out today to be exactly like how far you have to damage him to see the ogres. Sometimes the ogres will spawn for you because you've done the perfect damage, but most of the time if you're actually waiting for ads to see them, that's when you don't get to see them because you need a certain amount of damage to get it. Right now you guys can see he's still up almost to the full bar, like only a quarter of it's down. So that's the reason why we don't see the ogres yet. So bear in mind, for a really high score, you have to play this boss fight perfect to see every single spawn ad to come back in the game. Because if you damage too much, you lose ads, you lose points. Because this time we could have easily used to kill more ads. Right there we go. We get the ogres after half the bar, which is perfect because basically after this, you get 1 more set or 2 more set of ads, but the boss is pretty much in his last stand right now. There you go. This is what they call the last stand because the boss will really he won't go anywhere anymore. That's it for him. He's gonna stay there, keep doing his solar damage, spawning in some ads. Not a lot of them though. You will get something points here for sure. The best way to deal with this part is also send in an arc strider to go and kill the ads. You might die because of the boss or even because of the ads, because the boss will try and just eat you up there. But in the end, your 2 other teammates can just basically snipe off the boss. That's basically it for this run. You do lose on 45 seconds to be exact right now on points, because I don't know why. This should not be in the game, to be honest, because this actually can take up a lot of points on a higher difficulty. So this is just one part I wish was never in this Nightfall, losing on points. I hope you guys enjoyed the run. If you did, a like's much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys on my next video.